Yep, it's at 7:33 now. So I'm gonna give the people what they want, and we are gonna be reacting to more ways to get murdered in horrible fashions. Yes, I said that properly. Just gonna get into it.
Okay, Thousand Ways fans, let's play a game. We'll
That is me.
pretend for a moment that you've actually spent some time reading books. Sooner or later, you would have come across the phrase, mad as a hatter. And you would have said to yourself, Self, I wonder where that phrase came from. Here to answer that question is Barnaby, a Connecticut hat maker in the late 1800s.
Excuse me, sir. I need to have my hat refitted. Do you do that?
Barnaby was, to put it bluntly, out of his freaking mind. This was a time when everyone wore hats, and hat makers were in big demand. But like Barnaby here, many of them went mad. It was a medical mystery that wasn't solved until decades later.
Oh.
Swine!
Oh my god.
Out! Out! There's a term called Danbury Shakes, which refers to Danbury, Connecticut, which was the mega center of hat making in the United States and the world. It was a disease that hatters would get because of their exposure to the mercury that was used in felting the hats. And they would inhale the vapors and would cause mercury poisoning.
Yes,
And this was
mercury
applied
poisoning.
to the animal pelts.
Helped.
In Barnaby's case, his years of exposure to the toxic mercury fumes compromised his nervous system, causing brain damage, erratic behavior, and hallucinations. Finally, with his brain fried, his immune system shutting down, and his major organs damaged beyond repair, the Mad Hatter who once was Barnaby closed shop. Forever.
I mean, that wasn't as bad as the other ones that showed.
When someone is exposed to mercury vapors over a long period of time, you will see progression of effects on the central nervous system to those that can be quite significant,
now.
including full body spasms. Combined with this, you would see kidney changes, and this would ultimately result in death.
For Barnaby, making hats was a living, but the making made him mad. He lost his mind,
Swine!
Then he died.
his customers, and his health. And then it made him dead.
Oh, and he was naked. I didn't notice that. That's stiffed up.
3 hot babes living in the same house. That could be a recipe for horny harmony.
Guys, that's
Or
gonna be
if
me and the
one of them happens
person.
to be
We're gonna,
ship-
we're gonna be in a house. One day. One day. However, I'm pretty sure we won't kill each other yet.
Shelly, pure hell.
Shelly, have you seen my little black dress? No.
Guys, I
Shelly
think
was
she's
the
wearing
kind
a
of
dress.
roommate who acted as if everything was hers.
Who took my ice cream?
She borrowed her roomies' clothes, ate their food, and
I know.
used their beauty products.
Shelly?
Some people have a compulsion to touch other people's belongings. It has a lot to do with the domination, the control that one would have over some person. It's almost like a narcissistic level where they believe that things are due them, that I have as much right to them as the person that owns them.
One of her roommates recently bought a tanning bed.
It's like
No
that
one was supposed
thing
to
from
go
Final
near it.
Destination.
Shelley practically lived in it. On this day, she fell asleep while tanning and got more than she bargained for.
Cancer.
Just a bad sunburn, she thought. She popped some of her roomie's painkillers to sleep it off.
She has cancer.
The next morning,
Oh,
Shelley needed a spatula to get out of bed.
that's not good.
Turns out what she thought was moisturizer
Shelly, have you seen my cream?
was her roommate's psoriasis medication. It contained
Psoriasis.
psoralen, a chemical that makes skin highly sensitive to light and heat. While knocked out on painkillers, the Sorlin turned her tanning bed sunburn into second-degree burns across her entire body.
Shelly, did you take my painkillers?
She collapsed into her roommate's arms, dead from heart failure.
She did.
The fact that she used this Sorlin-based product over her entire body, which then was accelerated by the UV light, resulted in second-degree burns over the majority, almost 100% of her torso. By the time she woke up, she had significant dehydration, and within minutes, she died of hypovolemic and cardiogenic shock.
So
Shelley was a deadbeat who borrowed, used, and ate her friends out of house and home.
Who took my ice cream?
It's fitting that the roommate from hell wound up burnt to a crisp.
I hired this announcer, guys. He's still alive. I need to see it. Need to find out.
Come on, everybody! Let's get going!
2 midgets.
Here's a slice of Hollywood that won't make entertainment tonight.
What I tell you to do,
Those
you
are
do.
built out.
There's Dolph, the director. He's recreating the iconic crop duster
Wait, there's a
scene.
new announcer. Wait, who is this? Who is this guy? It's Morbin time. No, it's not. Get out now. It is. We're not. No. I hate that comment so much. That is a extreme. Jesus Christ. I don't know what to say now. Like, you literally, I was extremely confused at the fact that there's 2 midgets here, and I swear and then like the announcer changed, and then you come in here, it's Morbin time. I genuinely did not see that chat either until like 2 seconds ago. Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you said it's Morbin time. That seems like a personal
From Hitchcock's North by Northwest.
You will be chased by the plane. You will run towards me like Cary Grant. It's going to be fantastic.
He hopes it will give him the recognition he deserves.
Just like Alfred Hitchcock.
And to make the scene his own, he's cast little people. As Cary Grant, we have Gary Kant. And as Eva Marie Saint, we have Bob.
Why don't you listen to me?
You're annoying. But Dolph can't seem to get through to his little stars.
Shut up!
Does he have a stroke?
I'm right here, you dumbass.
He calls them that politically incorrect word that rhymes with Gidget.
I can't
Gidget.
work with anymore. What?
Supposed to N-bomb on me?
Yes, I do.
You know how insulting that is? Dude, I'm a little person, dude. A badass little person. I'll whoop your ass any day.
Well, I want to see that right now. Do it right now.
Would never take this.
Dude, it's like working with Alfred Hitchcock. God, yeah, buddy.
You should fight right now.
I'm so sick of wearing these bunny costumes and these leprechaun costumes, and I've been an elf, I've been mini Elvis, and I've even been baby Jesus. But that's what everybody wants to see is us, you know, doing something stupid to make you guys laugh.
Oh.
We are going to get this shot.
Hours behind schedule.
Wake up, you idiot!
Dolph finally manages to get his cast and crew pointed in the right direction.
Action!
This can't go. Oh no.
To match the scale of his cast, Dolph got a remote-controlled plane to be the crop duster.
God, I think the plane's gonna hit him and he's gonna die.
Please get it lower. Run!
There's a thought. Oh, he's zooming. Bro, you think you'll be in the
Lower,
race.
you moron! Lower! I don't care if it hits him. I don't care if it kills him. You get it lower. Run,
very
you
nice of you.
idiot! Run! Run! Run, you fool! Run!
Oh, that thing is huge compared. Jesus.
Go, go, go! Go, go, fast, 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 fast! Oh!
Oh my.
So when the plane cut his neck...
Okay, hold on. I want to know, how do we go from like that abysmal CGI blood to just that amazing practical effect? Can someone please explain that to me? Like that's obvious. We can already tell that's fake, right? Like you can see that that's obviously fake, and that looks really bad. You can tell, but then but then the actual effect itself looks really good. I mean, it's not much you can do, I guess. I'm not a filmmaker.
Pressure as it's coming right off the heart. It was like a garden hose gushing out of his neck, and he bled out instantly.
You will run towards me like Cary Grant. It's going to be fantastic.
Dolph thought he'd goose his
He's
career
back.
by remaking a Hollywood classic.
He's back.
But his cast came up a little short.
Faster! Faster!
And Dolph
No, bad! Oh!
was left speechless.
That's a wrap.
They just leave his body out there. They just leave his dead corpse outside. Dude. How would you even explain that? You're going up to like a court trial or something like that. It's just like what happened? He's just like, I mean, I'm just a midget, man. And then like the flame was coming at me, and I ducked out of the way, and it cut his throat open. And it seems like an easy thing to explain, but if you actually saw what happened, it was pretty funny. I mean, come on, like someone needs to make that a meme. We need a meme of that. Bro, this one involves an ice cream truck. This is Rocky Roadkill. I don't know how that's gonna go. I mean, he's in the truck. I don't think he can get killed inside the truck, right? Nothing could go wrong inside the ice cream truck.
When is an ice cream truck not an ice
Also,
cream?
I haven't seen an ice cream truck in so long. Dude, I want to like go to like a suburb, just somewhere where like I just know an ice cream truck. Cause like at my grandma's house, there's like an ice cream truck that came by like every like a month or so. I didn't usually see it. 'Cause I've never over there all the time. But I mean, like, I want to go see an ice cream truck. You know, can I wait? How much would an ice cream truck cost? Imagine driving around in that. How much do you think they got paid? Wait a minute. That raises a lot of questions. I actually want. I must investigate later.
When it's run by this dude, Salvador.
2 chocolate bars?
Sal was a sleazebag drug dealer who came upon this brilliant disguise. Instead of frozen treats for kids, he sold weed, pills, and powders for strung-out adults.
Most innovative way I've seen, I've heard of selling drugs.
Does anyone else do this anymore?
Basically,
I need to know.
Hide and go seek.
Asking for a friend.
You pay me on the corner, and you go on the other corner and pick it up under a rock.
Sal had his regulars. Businessmen looking
The
for some
FBI?
lunchtime coke.
Regular? Give me the usual.
Hardcore junkies.
That guy's scary looking.
And jumpy meth heads.
You got brown bunny today? Yeah, man.
One rule of doing business, the customer's always right.
Changed my mind. What? Give me everything.
Yo, wait, does he
Except
have a... Wait, does he... Wait, is that it? Hold on. Wait, is that his bandana,
One
or
rule
is
of
that...
doing business, the customer's
Oh,
always
no,
right.
that's a cigarette. I thought he had an AirPod, and I was gonna say, wait a minute. That doesn't make
Except
any
when he's
sense.
trying to kill you.
Everything!
Why didn't he just shoot him?
Sal made a clean getaway until he took a corner a little too fast.
Ah, man.
The ice chest toppled over, releasing a cloud of refrigerant. Chlorofluorocarbon is an odorless gas commonly found in air conditioners and refrigerators. Exposure in poorly ventilated spaces can cause dizziness,
Get out, man!
coordination,
Get out the car!
and eventually loss of consciousness. Knocked out cold by the CFC vapors, Sal slammed into a tree at 50 miles an hour.
A ruptured aortic valve is caused by blunt trauma. The aortic valve supplies the heart and the body with blood. With disruption of this artery, what can happen is you have a lack of blood supply, and it leads to death immediately.
Dead. That's crazy.
Salvador was a drug-dealing Mr. Freeze.
You got brown bunny today?
But when one of his customers turned on him,
Everything!
his business went bust, and he got creamed.
Imagine being a kid ordering ice cream and you find like crack cocaine in it. Mom, what is this? Why is this in my ice cream? Oh.
What do we have here? Two dudes on their way to a gay pride parade?
Chad, how fitting is this? How fitting is this? No, the ice cream. I mean, honestly, like... That may be the play, though. I mean... yeah. This is how everyone views furries, I guarantee you. No, dude. This may be funny. They have a stool.
Nah, just some morons with backyard dreams of making.
This is like that scene in a regular show, the first episode.
Dirt Bomb have been rehearsing their.
Wait, what is their name?
Stinkface and Dirt Bomb.
Stinkface and Dirt Bomb. That's actually
for the last 2 months.
Those are banger names. I'm gonna be honest.
People have died doing backyard wrestling.
The Rock, no. Stinkface.
People who think wrestling is a sham should check out these two.
Oh, he has a what? What the?
They don't realize the danger they're putting themselves in. You have trained wrestlers that break their necks, so the odds of these guys hurting themselves are extremely high.
They ripped off stunts from other acts.
Here we go.
Wait.
And even had a few of their own.
Wait, hold on. No.
One was called Lights Out. Another they were trying out for the first time.
What?
The Chest Whacker.
Are those?
Looks like it still needs work.
Yeah. What?
But hold on.
What happened to him?
Who just got whacked fall down?
Yeah. What?
Stinkface and Dirt Bomb didn't realize it, but fluorescent bulbs contain mercury vapor.
What is going on?
Over the last few weeks, Dirt Bomb was smashed with over 200 tubes, breathing in the toxic.
How do they have enough money to Okay, I didn't even consider that. How did they had money to afford? Well, I guess a weed whacker probably wouldn't cost that much, but plus 200 plus fluorescent bulbs, or a whip, staple gun, I guess, and they were just like no. This was like prime, like 2012. What? Like he's probably not gonna die from blood loss. Most likely, he seems fine, I guess. Those cuts didn't seem too deep, but as well as I don't get it. I don't understand what is going on.
His open stapler wounds acted as a direct conduit to his bloodstream.
Oh.
Dirt Bomb didn't know it, but he was mainlining mercury.
The exposure of mercury through an open wound can increase the toxicity associated with mercury. The cumulative exposure by the sheer volume of the number of light bulbs would have accumulated in
See, when the meme house becomes a thing, remind me not to let anyone buy 200 plus fluorescent bulbs.
And then eventually death.
Stinkface and Dirt Bomb were talentless, clueless.
Like, hold on. Like, how?
And now one of them is lifeless.
Like, how? Brave light bulbs. No, wait. What you gotta do, right? Apparently, cut open a part of your body and you just start smashing light bulbs. I guess mercury dust. And then it speeds up the process, apparently. But we also don't know how long they've been doing this for. Because apparently this all took place in one day. And I'm gonna be honest, I think after my friend starts stapling me with a actual stapler, I'm gonna have some questions. Hold on, man. Hold on. What are you doing? Don't staple me. What's wrong with you? What's going on? Like, there's no way you would just consensually take multiple staples to your chest. That's a bit weird. Apparently, I'm not in the WWE scene. Apparently, that happens all the time. Jesus Christ. No, it's a Thanksgiving.
A sobriety party is normally a very quiet, well-behaved get-together.
Hey, congratulations. 30 days.
The only problem, ex-drinker Chad brought his hard-drinking wife along.
Oh, no.
You don't know how boring it's been for the last 30 days.
30 days.
And Sandy could care less about sobriety.
Boring.
Sandy came to the party with her handbag loaded. Her plan? Get loaded.
Oh, yeah. I'm just moving stuff around my setup.
Soon, Sandy's boozing is no secret.
You can't drink at a sobriety party.
Wow.
Why can't she? My
Sandy
mouse on screen. Not my
gets
fault.
trashed and then puts on a display of something called disgusting drunken pizza eating.
Mushroom. Oh my god. You just wanna eat it.
Sandy's got one party trick left.
Oh. Why do you have so much? Oh no.
She makes
Not in the heels. No, no, no. What are you doing, you maniac? Oh, she's dead now. Oh, she had a seizure.
What Sandy didn't realize, that homemade pizza she ate was topped with some foraged ink-cap mushrooms. They're a tasty delicacy, unless mixed with alcohol.
Here's a couple of life lessons for my viewers out there. Number one, don't have friends like this. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. No, just no. Don't have friends like that. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, it's that. Like I'm gonna be honest. That's probably the next part. Why that's so. That is absurdly just something that happens. I mean, hey, listen. I mean, now, if you really need to, be Agent 47. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. The video link is right here. I mean, come on. The playlist is here. It's video 15. I mean, come on, man. Agent 47 it, my guy. Like, you got it all under control. I'm telling you. I don't know the exact amount of alcohol and or mushrooms, but that pizza didn't seem to be too gone. And I don't know why she went exactly for the mushrooms. I don't know a single soul that just goes for the mushrooms. Like, I get some topping, but why the mushrooms? What were you gaining from eating just the mushrooms? Yeah, God, just don't have friends like this, guys. It's just the easy way out.
Ink-cap mushrooms, normally benign, but when combined with alcohol, it creates a toxin in your body that goes to your heart. She stopped breathing, her heart completely shut down, and she died.
Boring.
Sandy spoiled the sobriety party with her stupid drunken antics. She got so wasted she didn't just pass out. She passed on.
I mean, it'd be like that, I guess. Oh, I like where this one's going. It's in France. The 1925.
The year is 1925.
So you got it in.
The location, a Paris prison. Nathaniel is determined to...
Guys, who was in Paris? I mean, come on, guys. Who was in Paris? I want to know who's in Paris. Everyone wants to know who's in Paris. It's obviously these guys. I mean, come on. Who else was in Paris?
Notorious methods of execution.
Raise his hand. You're daring today, are we? Jesus. That was kind of a rhetorical question. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting you to answer. But I mean, if you know the answer, just let me know.
Assister à votre exécution pour démontrer que la guillotine est inhumaine.
The guillotine is inhuman.
Don't waste your pity on this guy. If Nicholas was guilty of only half the murders and rapes he's accused of, he would still deserve to die.
I mean, fair.
The guillotine was invented in 1792 and replaced the axe as a more humane form of execution. The heavy angled blade sliced through the victim's neck quickly and cleanly. Guillotine executions were common in France for over 3 centuries, with the last one taking place in 1977.
Déclaration d'arrêt de mort.
Nathaniel has gotten permission from prison officials and from Nicholas to study his head right after being severed.
Prisonnier Nicolas d'Arvilliers est condamné à mort par guillotine.
Okay, what is this even gonna? Is this just us watching a decapitate? I'm interested. However, I think this was gonna be kind of boring, and also why? I just realized how like propish this looks. Why does that rope look like that? I mean, whatever, I guess.
Nathaniel believes, as many do, that the brain retains consciousness for several seconds after the blade does its dirty work. If this was true, the argument could be made that death by guillotine was...
Yeah, but they would do so many executions a day, the blade would become dull, and you're... Yeah, that's why I'm like, what, how is that any better? I mean, honestly, if I were to, I mean, I would take the alcohol mushrooms. I'm just saying. Quick and painless. It's just like that. The shrooms. Different.
Inhumane. The big moment came. Nathaniel stared into the eyes of the severed head.
Scientists have been debating this question for years. The lack of brain trauma by guillotine means there is the possibility that they may be able to see, hear, or even sense, even up to a minute. There is still blood in the brain, there's still oxygen, and he could be conscious until he died from lack of oxygen.
Nicolas! 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 Nicolas!
Okay. No. I refuse to believe that if my head was chopped off and you started calling my name, I'm gonna jolt back to life. That's an exorcism. He's a demon. He's gonna like grow back his limbs like a lizard and kill everyone. Actually, that would be pretty funny to watch.
Whatever Nathaniel was hoping to find wasn't there. Just some involuntary twitching. We've gone back and looked at executions and tortures throughout the ages. But out of all of them, the guillotine will kill you in the blink of an eye.
I mean, not really. Oh, that was actually it. Well, guys, there's your history lesson. This is 2003.
Hank is a house husband.
I can tell.
Which is another way of saying he's unemployed.
What are you doing still sitting there? I told you to clean those hedges.
Actually, hold on. I know one person. Okay, so I have a friend who I'm not gonna say. However, it's really funny, so I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go and send him this. I don't even know how to ask that question properly. I just thought that'd be funny. Alright, anyway.
His wife Darla works 2 jobs supporting his lazy ass.
2 weeks now they've been sitting there not done.
It's gonna get done.
Yeah, it's gotta get done.
Darla leaves, wondering how she ever got mixed up with such a loser. Damn. Hank's wondering how his hot neighbor went up naked by his poolside. So Hank fires up the white trash.
I'm gonna be honest. It feels like a serial killer. He just picks up the saw and just like literally cuts her into like a bunch of pieces. That's what literally I thought was gonna happen in this very moment. I was like, wait, hold on, Hank. It doesn't have to be like this, man. That's kind of gross. But, yeah, it went into a different way that I think I like less. Okay, this sound actually hurts. Yes, thank you.
Never the sharpest tool in the shed. Hank thinks he can score with some chainsaw gymnastics.
What's you?
After securing the saw in the on position, Hank swings for the fences.
Check this out, baby. on, baby. Yeah. Looking good.
Does anybody watching this think it's going to end well? The cord wrapped tight around Hank.
That is downright absurd. I'm actually perplexed. This guy. I mean, I don't know what his plan was. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I really don't know what his plan was. I also don't know how that got wrapped around. You know what?
Hank's neck, cutting off the blood supply to his brain. This caused immediate unconsciousness. The chainsaw ripped through his neck, severing all veins and arteries. In less than a minute, he had lost half his blood supply, 5 pints, and was dead. Hank was hot for the next-door neighbor.
Come on, baby.
But then his chainsaw cut in on his fun.
Also, why did... Okay. Alright, you know what? I think I should stop asking questions at this
If you
point.
happen to see a crazy-looking guy carrying a shovel prowling around a cemetery in the middle of the night, chances are he's not the gardener.
Oh.
You cheap bastard.
Say hello to Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Yourself, huh?
What are you doing, Doug's a grave robber.
Oh.
But just for tonight. And the grave he's robbing? His brother Jim's.
Oh, what did Jim do?
Jim was always the favorite son. And got all the money when their parents died.
Take care of yourself, huh? We'll see about that.
When Jim died, he left it all to his dog.
His dog? I would too.
I mean, a large estate can really rip a family apart. If the person who died is trying to control his money from the grave, it causes a tremendous amount of emotional difficulty. There are some very wealthy billionaires who talked about leaving the majority of their money to charity so that their children will not fight among themselves. The charities will get most of it.
Doug wasn't interested in Jim.
You greedy son of a bitch.
He was after all the expensive jewelry Jim requested to be buried with. A $30,000 watch.
This is good.
And $100,000 in rings. One of the rings was stuck. So Doug just took the finger as well.
God.
Now, what else do you have?
The black sheep would finally have some of the family riches.
What else, huh?
But he made a grave error.
Oh, that's not...
Doug dug too close to the headstone.
The weight of the monument as it collapsed over crushed his skull. His lungs would not have been able to expand because he's had so much pressure on his ribcage. The muscles couldn't overcome that force, allow his lungs to expand, and he'd basically suffocate. He would be dead.
Doug was the family cast-off.
So why didn't it fall over earlier? It just happened to fell over now. Oh, well, probably because the... Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
And the face. And the chest.
I don't know if we're on. I know it's when we're in. Oh, yeah, this is the last one. What are we doing?
Some women live their whole lives without ever experiencing a full-blown, muscle-clenching, toe-curling orgasm. Not Lucy. She spends most of her day trying to avoid them. Even a simple act, such as brushing her teeth, can have her flashing her O-mouth.
What is... What is going on? I don't... Okay, you know what? I have no further
It's a rare
questions.
condition called PGAD, persistent genital arousal disorder.
it a step. Give it a step. Give it a step. Give it a step. There is no way. There. Wait, this is actually. So this is a actual thing. Okay. I mean, now I know, and that is not even okay. Well, whatever, I guess.
The very slightest vibrational stimulation, non-sexual, can trigger intrusive, unwanted stimulation of the clitoris. Some women actually carry an ice pack.
Then why is she using an electric toothbrush? It seems as if she doesn't. I mean, that seems like
8,000 nerve fibers that the clitoris has. And it's so difficult because they can't tell anybody what they have. So
Why?
it is a silent epidemic.
Why can't they tell anyone?
100 orgasms a day might sound like heaven, but for Lucy, it was a living hell. She scared off every guy she ever met, except Seth. This loser got a lot of sick pleasure by constantly pushing her O button.
You are awesome!
One of his favorite tricks
Who was
was
this guy?
secretly setting her cell phone on vibrate. The thing with Seth, he never knew when to stop. He went a step too far when he poked her with a vibrating muscle massager. It sent Lucy straight into the ozone, and she sent Seth on a skull-cracking trip.
And now Seth
to the
is
dead
dead.
zone.
Tumbling down the stairs can kill you. You can fall backward down the stairs, hit the back of your head, break your neck, fracture your cervical spine, right at the base of your skull, cutting through the pertinent areas of your spinal cord that allow you to breathe and control your heartbeat. You don't breathe, your heart doesn't beat, you're dead.
He's dead.
Lucy's constant orgasms made it hard to find a mate. When it came to Seth, it was easy come, easy go.
Well, I genuinely want to. Is there comments enabled on this video? Oh, there is. To always be one of the most random tests. I'm gonna be honest. That was kind of out of nowhere. Movie charged due to it being involuntary action. Consider knows the job of my fish. I need to find out who the narrator is. Very good questions. Why does she? Yeah, why does she have an electric toothbrush? Why are there no Christmas decorations when it's literally Christmas Eve? How do they have smartphones in 1993? I think if we just don't think about it, everything will be fine. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, it happens, I guess. It happens. You said a bit too big. That's unfortunate.